Back to the Baddy Overwatch League 6, Week 7, Game 2. We have Pray and Spray versus the Dakimakura Death Squad. As always, I'm UTech, and with me is the smooth voice of 30. How's it going, 30?
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
Good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. As always, blame production, and as we try to frantically get everything ready and stream this game, cast this game, you know, it's a fun show.
Yeah, it is a fun show. It's a fun league. It's a fun game. A dead game though. Overwatch.
I mean,
What's
we play
David?
Roblox. We play Roblox now, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're transitioning to a Roblox league, whatever that is. We're doing that.
Yeah, get that Christian Roblox server going on. But let's look over at the teams. We got, of course, Pray and Spray and Dakimakura Death Squad. Over looks like on the attacking team, Dakimakura Death Squad looking to go for a bit of aggro. With Canuck maybe playing Doomfist, or is that a bluff? Maybe they'll actually play Doomfist as a tank. Of course, Destructor D playing that D.Va. Nope, they're deciding to go with the Hammond. So playing that double sniper, and going with the Mercy and Lucio. And of course, with the defense, gonna be seeing a bit of a mirror match, except instead of the Hanzo, we're gonna be seeing Senpai on that Tracer with a Winston D.Va dive on this defense. And gonna be coming on in quickly with the attack. Tasty not able to get any sort of first blood on that, but Heron already taking out Albino Joe.
Nice snipe there, Albino Joe. They're not running a Mercy either, so they have Anna. They have checkers on Anna, so there's no res there. Heron picking off Tasty again with another headshot. Crazy good on this Hanzo.
Yeah, Heron is just popping off everywhere. Dreaded DPS just being able to do everything. He's getting free reign. And these snipers are running circles on the entirety of Pray and Spray.
Yes, they are. They're running double sniper with the ball as one of the dive tanks, and it's working, right? That's why my team runs very similar compositions, especially on a point like Anubis where you have a lot of free range for their snipers. But Senpai, he's gonna maybe hold up the stop sign, not gonna let Dakimakura Death Squad snowball this in. I mean, they just had 7 minutes on the time bank. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Of course, going down here, finally able to stop the momentum. Senpai getting a lot of value out of this Reaper, but gets taken down as Heron is going to be getting that ult charge up into Dragon Strike range, and going to be doing a little bit of demeching here. Continue on Heron, taking out Albino Joe as well, just being a one-man wrecking crew and taking out checkers. That is both supports out. Spades doing a little bit of revenge, taking out Dreaded DPS, and Canuck doing what he can to take out Senpai on that Reaper. Tasty with that big blade, gonna see if he can get anyone just to hold on to this defense. Ult galore coming out of Pray and Spray.
Oh, Checkers gets knocked a little bit, and she's not able to escape Destructive Dude's D.Va bomb there, and the kills are going back and forth. Obviously, Pray and Spray, they have the defender's advantage here. With the spawns being so close, and I think it's going to be enough to stop this push here. Baby D.Va goes down, and Dreaded DPS is really the only one left alive on the spare as he gets staggered out. Wait, what? Where was that check? Wait.
That's ult secured. Ult secured. Keeping Head Reaver alive, but only gave up a tick. All they did was give up a tick, so looking still pretty good. Still alive. Checkers. Oh no. Baby!
I mean, I guess you already used. Oh, there it is. A headshot on this. A headshot on the Tasty. What happened? Where is the sperm that he's practicing this on? Just completely destroying on this Hanzo.
Yeah, and if he stays alive, he can just continue to wreck havoc. Check getting taken out by Dreaded DPS, doing the mine, and a beat being dropped. Ult galore coming out, the Death Blossom and the Transcendence to keep everybody alive on Pray and Spray, as this defense is still looking very, very solid. As Albino Joe, that is one domino falling. Can anybody get taken out? But Otterbotter getting taken out on the side of Duck and Crew Death Squad as they continue on with the fight. Tasty making sure that he punches them out of their point. This is his point, and a solid defense after a little bit of a footsie battle coming out of Pray and Spray.
Yeah, the Death Squad, they look so good on these opening moves onto point B here. They get a ton of picks and they get the numbers advantage. It looks like they're gonna outlast it and they're gonna keep winning the fight, but Pray and Spray, they're doing a really good job of stalling it, and they ran out of steam for the Death Squad. And Tasty, the cute little pick onto Dreaded DPS, on this Doomfist, goes up into the sky, takes out AJ0 as well, and gonna get the D-Mech as well. So hopefully not gonna kill the baby. Okay, why not? Just,
you know, they want to give him some hope. Just a little bit. But, you know, even though they did defend that, a little bit more of that pie going on over to the side of Dr. McCour Death Squad. And it's going to be interesting to see what they run next, because Dreaded DPS is switching on over to the McCree, formerly on that Pharah. Let's see if he can get a little bit of CC onto the ball of Head Reaver.
There it is, goes in, slams down. But Heron with the headshot on Tasty.
Oh, and a bomb is coming in, also being used out of everyone. Taking out Checkers, a big pick. That is the main healing coming out of the side of Dr. Tour Death Squad. A Death Blossom. Oh, getting cucked by Canuck. As they're going to continue on with this attack. Another Dragon Strike, already by Heron, but it gets completely blocked out by the minds of Head Reaper. But it doesn't matter because the Dr. Tour Death Squad is doing so much to keep this offensive up. Heron getting not one but two picks onto it, and he continues on with his thing. Tasty getting taken out. Doomfist not having much. Heron, can he get out as just as fast? No, gets taken out by Spades, and continuing on with this defense. So close to the side of Dr. Death Squad.
Oh, Destructive Duty, he's the last one on this point, but why are they not staggering this baby diva? They could get so much time, but that's okay. Brain Spray once again with some pretty clutch stalling. Senpai on this May pick, but really is the Nano Doomfist in the middle of that. Tasty coming up big on the Doomfist, but switches over to the Soldier. It's very surprising actually, but he does the cute little rocket jump and he gets onto this rafter for some high ground here in the defense.
Yeah, look at that. Senpai switching on over to the May. Knowing that Canuck is on that ball, May can be a very, very good hard counter to it. Not just going to be rolling. Albino Joe doing a preemptive beat to snuff out this Dragon Strike. And look at Deadeye coming out, Dreaded DPS. Able to take out Albino Joe. Albino Joe just getting totally bullied. Heron taking out Head Reaver, and two picks on the side of Dr. Death Squad as the mines coming out and denying so much space on that point. Continuing on, going to put up.
No, it's in!
It was in! Oh my god, it was in! It's like gonna be able to bomb that such a big eat out destruction. But it doesn't matter because Head Reaver coming in with the mines, able to take out Heron. He is the big dick DPS on the Dr. Death Squad. Continuing on, Tasty taken out, and they can only do so much. They are in complete stall mode. Spades with the Mad Monkey jumping around.
Another Deadeye
being popped. Can he get anyone with it? No! Double pick out on Checkers Spades. The Monkey and Moira getting taken out. As we're going to see, Tasty. Can he do anything? And, oh man, look at this. Pray and Spray doing such a good job of just people on and off. But gotta touch. Nobody on Tasty. Oh, Tasty able to stay on, and now only Spades and Checkers are left on the point as lines are coming out of Canuck. As he's gonna see if they can get anyone, and that could be it. May can
get the ice block out of Albino Joe, comes back at Lucio. What the heck? It's still happening with the Dragon Strike to finish off Senpai in the end. Head Reaver launches his own mines down.
The beat to keep everybody healthy on Dr. Death Squad, and that should be enough to get them in. Whew.
Wow, tonight is a night of stalling. That is for sure. Pause called. Okay. Nice. And we got the pause. What a time to crash.
You know, sometimes you just want to see double zeros on the screen. And Wow, where's Heron coming from? Like every time I look, he has a Dragon Strike. He's on the kill feed. What the hell happened?
I don't know, dude, but he came out this week on Hanzo and he just took the lunch money, man. It wasn't even close. Like how many headshots opened it up for all of those fights, but I guess near the end we really wasn't in the kill feed. He wasn't securing the kills per se, but you could tell he was still doing a fuck ton of damage because he had dragons pretty much every fight.
Yeah, and it's just amazing to see how he was just able to get so much use out of each and every single one of them. And yet it still took them this long just to get onto the point.
Yeah, Brain Spray, they are kind of like FDAB. They're becoming masters of the stall game. I mean, really, the Winston and the Wrecking Ball for Prey and Spray really came up huge there. It seemed like they always had Mines or Primal Rage at the right time. They never, I don't think they layered them, but maybe a couple times there. But some pretty clutch plays, clutch stalling out of Prey and Spray. So I would love to see how much time in the time bank. And it looks like we're about to, as we're getting some ready checks.
And it looks like they were waiting on dreaded DPS to reconnect, get back into the ring. Just gonna be some solid play and interesting as we see about 30 seconds left on the clock for that cap. So maybe we're gonna see the Pray and Spray have a bit of a better chance on their attack, on their approach.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. There's a lot of good sniper work, or just the DPS coming up with some pretty clutch kills there from the Daki Makura Death Squad on at least the approach to point A. And Brainspray could easily come out of the gates and do the same thing. Tasty has shown if he's able to play the game and he shows up in the BOL, he does do the damage.
Switching sides.
And we are back, of course, 32 seconds on that clock for the side of the Dakimakura Death Squad. And interesting to see what is going to be run on the side of Prainsbury. Are they going to do a similar thing to their defense? Maybe they'll run a Winston dive, or maybe they'll switch on over to the Hammond, much like the Dakimakura Death Squad did.
Yeah, we will see what they roll out here with. Checkers maybe on the Ana once again. Might have been just a defensive Ana. Ana could be pretty good on these defensive assault maps. When you get some good high ground and get defended. But she might switch over to the Mercy here on attack just to sort of enable the sniper out of tasting. It looks like we will see it. Yeah, and it's gonna be a Tracer Widow dive.
Attackers incoming in 30
Yeah,
seconds.
very interesting. And as we know, Senpai, very potent on that Tracer. So if he can get in that back line and contest Dreaded DPS or Heron, maybe that'll be enough. Of course, gonna be looking at Heron to see if he's able to pop off on the defense, much like he was on that offense. Just so much space being created by the Dakimakura Death Squad frontline as well.
2, 1.
Yeah, this should be a pretty interesting DPS matchup here, right? Because the double snipers, they have some high ground advantage here, and there's the headshot on Senpai. Start this one off. I think the res is in range, and he takes out Tasty as well, but only one can get res, so have to wait a little. Another headshot on Spades. Senpai returning the favor though on Destructive Dude, so one of the tanks down for the Dakimakura Death Squad. Senpai is in the back line. He's pulling them over towards the point.
Yeah, and doing a great job at that, distracting everybody to pull them further and further back from their advantageous positions. And over taking the high ground on the Diva, and gonna see if they can get a little bit more. Tasty taking out Heron, a big pick, as they know. Dreaded DPS gonna have the 1v1 duel, takes out Tasty, and Canuck gonna be finishing off the Albino Joe, but it doesn't matter because it looks like this defense is still gonna be one on the side of the Dakimakura Death Squad, but maybe not. It's just two people left, and everyone's gonna be trickling right back on as Checker is gonna be versing the world.
Oh no, yeah. Well, Canuck gets demeched here, so I mean it's still pretty open here. The defenders are still rushing back to the point. I mean, Heron, he's back on the high ground now. Dread DPS, he has a crossfire if Parry and Spray have tried to approach the point through the lower area. And now the Primal Rage pop from Destructive Dude. What can he get here? And Parry and Spray, they look a little discombobulated.
Dreaded DPS having all this space just to get shot after shot, taking out space. Great job. And we're gonna see a dive coming out of Canuck and Destructive Dude, taking out the two people left in that corner, which is the Tracer and the D.Va. Maybe they'll be able to take out the D.Va, demeching them, but this is the Mad Monkey being popped by Spades. Gonna try to see if he can get any little thing. But AJS0 popping Valkyrie to make sure everyone stays nice and healthy as Dreaded DPS uses that space created to just take out Tasty. Woo!
And the kill feed is out lightening up. The fight is back and forth, but it's all red. As Daki Makura Death Squad should secure this fight here. Senpai just doing his damnedest to stall a little bit more for his team. Not good, but there he is. Goes down. We'll get the regroup here. Pray and Spray, though, they're gonna have 4, actually make it 5 ultimates on this next attack. So this should be the opening. Canuck with a cheeky bomb over the top, not picking up anything. Might have wished he wanted that back in 10 seconds or so.
That's just disrespect right there. Just trying to get something. A Spade!
Oh!
Taken out so fast! What a DPS already also on the kill feed. Getting 3 already. That is both supports and that Tracer. What the hell is going on here?
I don't know. Where is this Widowmaker? What the heck? Oh, I see. That was just insane. Heron and Dreaded DPS just once again popping off. They're killing the enemy DPS players before they can even have their tank set up. Yeah, it's looking grim here as we enter sort of the last fight territory. 45 seconds left on the clock. Tasty using the sights to scout out the enemy team. I mean, they still have support ultimates, still have Sound Barrier, still have Valkyrie, and they can throw this bomb in to create space. Senpai over on the McCree now. Tasty needs to come up big, at least pressuring out some of these other snipers. And Reaver flops it down onto the ground, and Dreaded DPS is confirmed dead.
Not too much after that, even though Canuck had another bomb ready to go after eating the other one. They're going to continue on with this defense. Mad Monkey being popped by Destructive D just to take out someone in the back line, making sure that D.Va can't do anything. But Heron already on the board with another Dragon Strike and already getting a 2K. And they're going to have a solid defense. And it should be on the side of Dr. Death Squad. Not about her going to make that, use that trance just to make sure everyone's live. Monkey the only one left on the side of Pray and Spray. And this is going to be a sad defeat as well. Canuck already having another self-destruct? What?
Yeah, he's farming those, man. It's an all-you-can-take self-destruct buffet, and Daki Makura Death Squad full holding Prince right here on Anubis, and Dreaded DPS on the Widowmaker here for the play of the game. Could have been Heron too, both of them just with some crazy individual pop-ups on their respective snipers. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one big defense, the soul crushing headshot you, jump in the air, slide attack, headshot. Fantastic play.
We have to talk. Looking at that play, it looks like they just ran right into his crosshairs. He didn't even have to move.
That's
like
true.
they were just thinking, you know what we need to do? We need to give Dreaded DPS the play of the game. This needs to happen. Everybody, front and center.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. They kind of did just run at him. But I mean, Dreaded DPS, he has to move the mouse a little bit and click at the right time. So yeah, that's how it works here in esports. And coming up though, an esports fan favorite, Kings Row.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what it is about this map, but just everybody loves it. I love it. You love it. Everybody in Overwatch League loves it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I haven't met anyone who doesn't like Kings Row.
Kings Row.
It's just so versatile. Now you know what a map nobody likes.
Initiate
That's not
Numbani.
Nora.
Oh, okay.
Numbani. Yeah, nobody likes Numbani. You know that they actually had a thing. No, you want to know how much people didn't like it? Blizzard actually took it off the competitive rotation. Until
For like a whole month.
Yep, for a whole month. Nobody was playing Numbani because they didn't even want Numbani to be played. That's how much they didn't even like it.
Dude, the Reddit threads were hilarious. Whoever was that first guy who was like, looks around at everyone. Wait a minute, guys. Are, when was the last time you played Numbani? Everyone's like, wait a minute, Numbani?
That's
I
a
think I
map?
recall what that
Ready
map
for
is
battle.
like.
Oh.
I hated it though. Doesn't matter. And then they find out it's removed. Everyone rejoices, and unfortunately they put it back in.
Maybe that's
Today.
why everyone was climbing, is because nobody was playing new Bonnie. And everyone was just doing a lot better. Everybody in the league, that is.
Yeah, toxicity went down. Maybe that's what they were looking at. They're looking at the stats. See,
You
see if
know?
it lowers toxicity if you remove the shitty maps from this game, Blizzard.
Maybe that's what they need to do. Just remove the bad maps.
Yeah. But Pray and Spray. They got some defensive moves up ahead here.
Yeah.
Head Reaper on the Roadhog and Spades on the Reinhardt. So Ryan, Roadhog, tank core.
And of course we have Canuck and Destructive Speed on the Hammond, and oh, and a big hook already coming out on that Hammond. I actually I like this, you know, with the Hog, they're able to CC the ball, and that is definitely the name of the game right now. Senpai taking out Heron. Maybe we found an Achilles heel for Heron.
Potentially, but Dreaded DPS, he is on this hotel high ground. Uncontested, but now he's gonna get forced out. And this is a brilliant composition here from Brain Spray, right? This is a counter Hammond composition. Sombra for 3, Roadhog. And that's the win condition here. You take out Canuck, you win the fight. But it's a matter of whether their DPS don't get sniped by Dreaded DPS or Heron.
Yeah, Spade's gonna keep that shield up, almost being knocked down. They're gonna have to recharge it soon, otherwise they're gonna just have, you know, free, easy cover. And Senpai Tasty already taking out the 2 snipers.
Nice.
Double trouble. Oh, and Checkers giving the 21 gun salute on the Mercy.
Oh wait, who is so yeah, Destructive Dude? He's on his sort of pocket tracer pick here, and he's on this high ground. And I think Brain Spray knows it. Checkers is looking for it as the Valkyrie, or well, she doesn't even have Valkyrie. She's just flying around. That's how good she is. You think she has Valkyrie? She's not even using it, but she has
Nope,
it now.
nope.
Destructive Dude,
But-
he is up on this high ground. He's got to spot out Checkers, but Checkers spots him out. So I guess it's a fair trade.
And we see Farah, Heron switching on over to the Farah. So they're going to be seeing a little bit of spam damage coming out. Maybe they can just take out this Rhine shield that much faster. Canuck going to make his approach, but gets hacked before he can even pile drive. And maybe he can get taken out and gets completely punished. That is what you want to see out of the Sombra players, just able to hack them in the sky. That hack range is, you can't underestimate that.
Yeah, and Heron, he picks up a kill on the Senpai here, so, but it will get res. So Checkers also escaping with his life. Albino Joe with a critical headshot onto Heron there, and I don't know about this fair switch, right? Tasty was already on this McCree. He has Deadeye up, hasn't used it yet. He put him as #1 in his DPS power range. Just let that sink in.
You know, sometimes, sometimes. But I think as we can see, Canuck, well, was I guess not gonna be going for the mine. Looks switching on over to the Zarya. Are they gonna do a double off tank? And a big hook coming on Destructive Dude. Albino Joe, question mark? Using that Transcendence?
Yeah, he was maybe expecting to push in, or he was sort of preempting some kind of ultimate from Daki Bakura Death Squad, but it just doesn't come, and now they lose sort of this defensive sustain that they needed. Whole Hog is popped. What can he pick up with it? But Autobotter, he was holding on to the trance.
And they're gonna just kind of continue on this. Canuck, the width on the Zarya gets that grab, and that's really all she wrote, folks. Just played the slow game. After they switched off the ball, you know, they were really having a composition that was meant to counter the ball, but just switched on over to, you know, more DPS onto the Zarya, and I guess that's how you win.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great opening composition from Brain Spray. It really effectively countered what Death Squad was running, but some good counter swaps from the Death Squad as they are entering the streets phase here. It's a couple of kills traded back and forth, but at the end of the day, Head Reaper is going to get rezzed. Senpai in the back line, just trying to already has the MP, so he's just, I guess, being annoying for annoying sake. And the tire is channeled from Dreaded DPS. What can he pick up here in the alleyways of streets?
Ooh, gets
King's
taken
Row.
out.
Nice.
They're doing a great job. Maybe this is their time to shine. Otterbotter gets the bubble to save her life, and they're gonna continue on and just so alone. Why can they not kill the Zed? He was so free.
Yeah, I know the Zarya bubble really coming in clutch there. Questionable bomb from Destructive Dude, but I guess it just kept them out of the main street and back in those back alleys, as the card is not being contested here by the tank line at the very least for Brain Spray.
It'd be very interesting to see what happens. Head Reaver getting a pile drive, see if he can just do a little bit, but everything coming up for this side of the Dakimakura Death Squad. Just one after the other after the other. Man advantage is very strong.
Yep, and it looks like it's gonna be enough here for the Death Squad as they secure point B and they enter the last stage of King's Row. But they're gonna go up against a 5 check mark Pray and Spray. But unfortunately, they don't have the grab Dragon Strike combo. Head Reaver just switching over to the Zarya, but Senpai goes in, hits the 4-man EMP. The Dragon is popped to push someone off that high ground, and it does so effectively. Now Spades uses his ultimate. Otterbotter with the Transcendence to counter, but the counter EMP at the end of it, Albino J already had the trans going, so every ultimate being popped here.
Yeah, very interesting to see what happens. Destructive being very aggressive, going to be demeched for it, as well as the attack. Maybe they can take out someone. And a big grab coming on in for the side of Dakimakura Death Squad, and they will be able to follow up with that dreaded DPS on that Junkrat, just pumping in so much damage. That shield cannot just take it. And of course, Checker's getting hacked out of the skies. And you know what? They're going to be continuing on with this push. 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, everyone from Brain Spray had ultimates there, they used them, but at the end of the day, Death Squad just started spreading their ultimates out a little bit more, and they come out on top of that fight. Tasty starts it off with the Dragon Strike kill, but 2 go over to the Death Squad. 1 is rezzed up, Dreaded DPS coming out big on this Junkrat.
Oh, and a big EMP out of Heron. Spades being the big target, but it's just going to walk away just a little bit, but finally gets taken down as Tasty and Albino Joe, the only 2 holding onto that cart, and they're having a little bit of problems. Albino Joe, oh, what? Joey!
Oh,
Joey, why?
Oh, hello, bad place of the week, and Head Reaver gonna get hacked and gonna go down there. Aegis here with the Valkyrie to really secure the fight. So Dakimakura Death Squad, they will finish out King's Row on their attack.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
You know, this is super winnable for the side of Brain Spray. Still winnable.
Oh yeah, very, very winnable.
But we're not biased here. No, not at all.
I don't know what that is. A bias.
No, bias. We're a very ethical league. You know, they call us the Baddy Ethical League.
Yeah, we're gonna win some ethics awards at our local esports ethics conference that we're going to.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh, okay. So Death Squad going over to the defense here. So historically, over the last 6 weeks of play here in season 6 of the Baddy Overwatch League, they've been running the bunker composition here on King's Row, very standard. And it looks like they're not gonna run it. They're not gonna run a Bastion, but they are running the double snipers here that they usually are rolling out, and it's gonna be dreaded DPS on this May.
Yeah. I think they're
very interesting actually. Just like to use on the Winston instead of the Reinhardt, which would synergize with the Zarya and the May. But
I think we're gonna see Ryan Zarya, and looking at dreaded DPS, they're probably expecting a ball to come out of here. So it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, Pharah and Widowmaker are the DPS picks for Pray and Spray, and I think they will do very good here actually. Heron on the Sombra might be the only one to truly take out the pharmacy in the sky, with a crucial hack in the back line.
Yeah,
but,
getting a lot of value out of it.
Oh, 1 for 1 though, gonna favor the attackers, especially if they get res right in front of your face. Heron has to DTFO out of there, and Pray and Spray are moving in. Spades, shield up.
Dreaded DPS opting to switch on over to the Widow. And Otterbot are getting taken out by Head Reaver. He's gonna get res right on back, but Destructive Dude and AJS0 getting taken down. Dread DPS, known for all those snipes, has just free reign. Maybe that's all they don't even care about Dreaded DPS because nobody is on the point. And it's hard to just keep a front line when you don't have a big shield. Running double off tanks might be difficult. Definitely putting a lot more emphasis on that DPS.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was really distracted by Tasty. He really wanted to take out Canuck there and get rid of all the Zarya charge, but he actually gets taken out himself. But that's okay. Spray and spray here. They got 5 members strong. Make it 6 now. Tasty back on the fast soldier. But the grab is huge. It's very fast. Everyone is set for checkers. Gets locked in, but there's no follow-up. The biotic field. Come on.
Biotic field. And you know what that means? Tasty gets his ult that much faster. Going to be doing that attack visor. It's just going to pump damage in with that damage boost from checkers. Ooh, that is tasty.
Oh man, that's kind of like a wet dream scenario for soldier players out there. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But you lay it on the biotic field. You're the sole defender in the grab.
Whoa,
you win it all for your team, and then you run out of that with attack visor.
But both supports just ran headfirst into Dreaded DPS, who's just killed everybody. They were just a little overzealous on that push. Both checkers trying to get that res off, but was not able to. Dreaded DPS just coming in and just wrecking everybody in his path.
Yeah, unfortunate overstep there from Pray and Spray. I mean, it's a great idea, right? That's kind of the game here on Kings Row. If you win that fight, you push up very aggressively. The spawn is so far away, and you try to get that positioning. But when it got so close and the teams were so even on the numbers, you needed to group up on the cart. But 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, so they're still looking very good here. Senpai on this alley flank. He's looking for maybe Heron to bump into him on the Sombra, and he goes right around him. The Dragons from Dreaded DPS, I think, just trying to sort him out in the streets.
All they have to do is take out Dreaded DPS. That might be all they need to do, but Senpai getting taken out as well. A bomb could be, he's going to get blocked over by Spades as the Rhyme is showing his big strength, but another grab coming out as the Kamehameha coming out of Albino Joe to make sure that they continue on the high noon out of Senpai. Qs galore out of Pray and Spray, and hopefully this will win them the point as they continue on with this push on Kings Row.
Yeah, that was a really good fight from Pray and Spray, and a clutch res, to say the least, from checkers, right? You know, she sees that Senpai, he gets taken out in the back alley via Heron. Everyone knows that the Deadeye is up. Checkers swoops on over and gets the res, and so Senpai is able to channel the Deadeye and take out the opposing Mercy, and they capture point B here, 4:16 on the clock. But a 5-man EMP from the Death Squad, the visor to try to counter the aggression. And it looks like it might have worked. And it picks up Autobotter at the end there too.
Yeah, and that's all they needed. That's just 2 people, and now they can just push this in. Dreaded DPS, that is 3. Gonna see Spades, just seeing if he can get one more person, Heron, getting taken out, and that is gonna be a bit of a stagger. Maybe they'll push this a little bit more. Everyone going to try to jump in. Destructive Dude only halfway to his ult, but that doesn't matter because Spades is gonna be looking for that shatter as he can. Get back up nice and healthy. Tasty getting res right back up. High Noon coming out of... Ooh, but gets completely destroyed while channeling the High Noon and the defense. Just gonna push right on back.
Yeah, I think even before that Deadeye was channeled, there was already a pick onto a member of the Pray and Spray team, so a very unlikely win there with all the defender spawns coming up at the right time, and but there's gonna be 4 online for Pray and Spray, but nearly a Dragon Strike combo from the Death Squad, and there is no defensive ult to counter that kind of thing, right? They only have Valkyrie and Coalescence, no Sound Barrier, no Transcendence.
Dread DPS getting taken out, gonna get res. A big grab just taking out Spades. This might be all they need. Blasting right through the bubble of Zarya. Let's see if checkers see if they can get. Oh no!
Oh,
but it doesn't matter because this grab could be
huge.
all that they need. Head Reaver's getting that
Oh no!
grab. Oh,
The tire, the visor targets the tire. Boom!
Wait, it targets the tire now?
Blizzard takes Blizzard last match. Yeah.
That is news to me. And great for Tasty. But it doesn't matter because there's a big shatter coming out. Destruct the dude at the wake of the dragons. Nothing could satiate those dragons as Canuck gonna be spinning around and around. And can anyone kill the balls? That is the big question. It's going to be hard to focus for our Head Reaper being the only one on the point. Oh, look at that. No,
He gets knocked out!
Spades, it gets knocked out. Even though he got the charge, he also gets knocked out. Unlucky for the side of Spades. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. As the defense is going to be pushing right on back. All they need is just a little bit more, and they need to make sure that this does not get into overtime because the attack before was over a minute.
Yeah. Oh man, Pray and Spray so close there, and they do a really good job of like kind of soft resetting, right? They might get picked initially, but they somehow make space, and Checkers gets these crazy reses off, and it turns into an even fight. But at the end there, I think there's just too many ultimates from the Death Squad, and the high ground completely uncontested from Jonah DPS when he's on that Junkrat, and Heron, there he is again on the Zanzo, popping off in the kill feed. Only get one res every 30 seconds, and they're waiting on one.
Oh, already getting another Dragon Strike, and gonna be zoning out Albino Joe, and we're getting the 1 minute mark. And if Heron is this one-man army, just making sure nobody can approach, they might be buying them the time that they need.
Yeah, I actually like that those dragons are right. There's no graviton to combo with it, so you're really just trying to section off one person and get the pick there, extend the time. Spades reaching for the shatter, and he does lock up one, but it's a counter shatter from Destructive Dude that's even bigger. 30 seconds left now, and Checkers Valkyrie on the point goes down. Just die on point. That's the name of the game here for Pray and Spray, as they desperately need to try to regroup for a last fight. This Tire is looking for that Zarya. And it
and a big stagger!
That's it. I don't think they can get back in time. I mean, there's okay, one res. Boom.
Yeah, they just need a ball to get back on point.
They're surely not gonna have 6. They're not gonna be able to set up nicely here. Canucks with a very aggressive mind takes out Albino Joe as he walks like right into him, and it's gonna be tough here.
Yeah, no, Senpai and Spades the only one who are actually able to get on the point. Maybe Checkers can get a cheeky res off. Maybe? Checkers. You're
No.
one man. Oh no.
Not today.
No. That was just too big of a tire.
Victory.
Takamikur Death Squad wins again.
Yeah. I mean, Brainsbury, they were doing so well. Tons of momentum. Over 4 minutes left for point C, the last point there, but not gonna be enough. And Checkers, here it is. Here's the play I was describing.
That
Swoops in
res.
for that back alley res. Senpai channels the Deadeye, and it's gonna be enough to win that fight.
That was play of the game?
Yeah, a res. Big res.
3K tire, not any of the Dragon Strikes, none of the 2-3Ks from any of the DPS. Oh,
No,
okay.
you know what? I think the Blizzard algorithm got that one right. It was a clutch res that McCree was able to ult afterwards. Yeah, 3K junk who does that?
You know, I'm
Riptires?
I'm in charge of production, and that's not going in plays of the game. Plays of the week.
Denied.
Denied. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's gonna be put on there. I can't. We need content. Give us the content. We need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Documentary Death Squad, they always secured the match win, to say the least. But here in the Baddy Overwatch League, we go by a map score type of system, total points. So every map counts at the end of the day. And Pray and Spray, I mean, they're coming off 2 0-3 losses, so hopefully they can break the streak here at the very end and pick up a map win and try to get them back into the middle of the table as we enter the postseason.
Yeah, gonna be very interesting, indeed. And yeah, funny enough, you bring up postseason already. You know, it's coming up a lot faster than you think.
Yes, it is. I mean, we're sort of finishing out the second round robin, so teams are meeting each other again for the second and final time. And you can kind of see the growth of these teams, right? Like I think Documentary Death Squad and FTAB really come to mind as teams that are just getting better as the weeks go on. Prey and Spray, they came out at the beginning of the season explosively, but kind of falling off here. I mean, there was a couple weeks, obviously. I think the last 2 weeks actually they didn't have the full roster, notably Tasty, who brings a lot of the damage from this team. But he's here in this week against the Death Squad, one of the top teams in the league, and unfortunately they're just not able to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you just can't have a good day. But maybe it's you never know what to really blame. Sometimes you're doing just everything right, and even though you are, getting all that damage, getting all that other stuff, maybe it could be a positioning thing, or it could be, someone just didn't have press Q at the right time. It's sometimes you just wanna put that on your back, but sometimes it is a team game and you just can't.
Yeah, a lot of the times, like the little things go a long way here in Overwatch, and like you said, it is a team game. So really, I think at the end of the day in the Baddy Overwatch League, the teams that work better as a team are the ones that ultimately come out ahead.
Yeah, no, it's definitely much different than you see in the likes of solo queue and in competitive play. And you know what? Sometimes the clever outplay will win you something more than just pure flexing.
Yep. So we enter map 3, which is Dorado. And it looks like Prey and Spray on the defense to start it off here. Gonna go with the triple tank. Ryan, Zarya, Roadhog. So I think maybe, I don't know, if they might have ran this tonight. Not sure, but it's gonna be solo DPS Tasty on this McCree. And the double main heals, which is very surprising. Mercy and Moira. Would have loved to see a Lucio here for the 3 fatties on the comp, but I guess maybe looking just for sustain.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, they don't really have like a big wombo combo they need to worry about, and so maybe just having the double main healer is enough, and all they need just to keep everybody alive, and they can just win the ground game, win that mid fight.
Yeah, and Documentary Death Squad, they roll out with that double sniper comp that we saw a lot of on Anubis earlier tonight. Heron on this Hanzo gets hooked in out of the high ground, but his team is there to defend him right in the nick of the time. The defense matrix and the Mercy beam pocket. Some great teamwork out of Death Squad.
Oh, I see. Prey and Spray running that triple tank lineup. Not quite goats, but it doesn't matter as long as they're able to keep everybody up. And look at that dreaded DPS in the back, unable to get anything. It gets taken out by Tasty. And Destructive Dude, getting hooked back in. And since they don't really have like a big frontline presence, you know what? Maybe this is exactly what Prey and Spray needs. Just run triple tank, and they just survive with their meaty health pools.
Yeah, I think ultimately the positioning for Prey and Spray won them the fight, because the winning condition for Death Squad when they're going up against that, when they fully realized, hey, they have 3 tanks, Tasty is a single DPS, it's those 2 snipers, in Hanzo and Widowmaker. They're trying to sneak in shots through this tanky core. They need to pick off one of those supports, but they just weren't able to, and Tasty comes through with such reliable DPS. He farmed up a Deadeye, already used it, 35% of the way to the second one here.
Yeah, as we see, Head Reaver also 75% of that grab. And a big pile drive to follow up with the Dragon Strikes as they continue on. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to see Otterbotter actually pass on that trance and keep everybody healthy and alive, as these mines gonna just everybody press Q. Everybody just press Q. Get nothing. Come on, guys. This is the Baddy League with Spades with a huge shatter down, counter everybody out with the Graviton to make sure everyone is nice and centered for those hammer strikes and Spades with the big dick charging right on forward.
Oh my god, that fight just broke out into pure chaos. I'm pretty sure everyone just said scatter in comms, and everyone just used their ultimates if they had one. Canuck was just spinning around the point for a while, but really unlucky there at the end. I don't think the grab from Head Reaver was needed. Would have loved to sort of
you know what
use
I just saw?
CC ults.
I saw Heron switch off of the Hanzo with the full Dragon Strike. Push
That's
on over
true.
the Pharah.
He
Could've
farmed
just-
another Dragon Strike, and
Yeah,
he didn't
could've just
pop it
needed
from
it.
spot.
Yeah, could have just done that. Come on, man. We're calling you out. Oh, but a big hook on Destructive Dude. They can follow up on this to make sure Destructive Dude dies. This should be another swap. Oh! Oh, Tasty! Taking out Dreaded GPS, who had the tack visor, and everybody on the side of Pray and Spray doing this defensive dance they do, and they already have blue check marks coming online.
Yeah.
And
A great
This
defense here from Pray and Spray. And Dreaded DPS on that sneaky soldier flag. He got spotted by checkers, and there is the, I assume, auto pause as someone probably disconnected. Most likely. Well, I guess I'm going to say Dreaded DPS because he disconnected earlier. Are they giving up? Oh my god. But yeah, Tasty with a clutch flashbang there onto the ulting soldier in the back line. And oh, actually, Autobot are DC now,
yeah,
so
look at that. F's in chats, boys.
I mean
And
they're
girls.
doing it together as a team. They're
Yep.
doing the disconnects as a team. You gotta appreciate that.
You know what? This is just a tactical pause. They just need to regroup, see what they need. Looking, if we look at their team lineup, they got 40 seconds for Canuck and Heron to get their ults. I believe they can do it. And you know, since they don't have a counter to go against the Wombo combo, but of course Heron is going to be a big target, and a whole hog coming out of Senpai already, trying to zone people out. 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Heron 85%, Canuck 82.
There it
Heron
is.
already getting. There's one victory condition. Destructive Dude gonna be looking for that hammer down as well. Spades. What are you doing? Oh, coming in from behind, takes out Autobot on the spot. Destructive Dude, doesn't matter. That grab being heated in, but no follow-up there is finally the follow-up. But it doesn't matter because, hey, look at that. Dr. McCour Death Squad already in the overtime. Checkers, what are you doing? Playing that cheeky distraction on the card.
Yeah, and unfortunately Pray and Spray, they just don't have enough gas to sort of finish that fight out. Documentary Death Squad, they used everything. They used goddamn everything there.
And Spade.
Well, except for the tire,
Oh,
actually.
big grab. They weren't able to do too much more to follow up on that. Only Spades on that Reinhardt to get those swings, but it doesn't matter. Now they're just feeding ult charge over to Heron, already at 60%. Balo
Yeah.
going on into the streets phase.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an unlucky when you play Road Dogg, right? Usually you're going to get farmed, and especially in a situation like that where you're just throwing your body on card to contest. But I actually like that contest right at the very end there because they got the Coalescence in the tire out of Death Squad, and I guess maybe it didn't matter Dreaded DPS now switching over to Widowmaker. Heron pretty close to the Rocket Barrage. You might expect him to switch over to Hanzo after he uses it here. Maybe looking for the grab combo with Canuck.
Yeah. As well, maybe we can see some big Bob plays with that Ashe. You know, it's gonna be very interesting considering it's gonna be who can get the high ground, who can get those picks. Heron gonna see if he can get a nice angle for that. There he is, just taking out Heron. Or taking out Tasty. Heron taking out Tasty and Checkers. That's all he needs, even though he loses his own life. But that's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, taking out Checkers on the Mercy there at the end of that barrage is really critical, right? I think they could have survived just trading the one. I mean, especially if the Mercy survives, they can get the res off and still keep the numbers advantage on the defense here. And AJ0, he pops the Valkyrie. Dreaded DPS getting the headshot onto Alpino Cho. So Pray and Spray pretty disorganized right now. They might be looking for the full regroup here, but Tasty getting a snipe onto his sniper counterpart. Spades once again with a huge shatter. It's a matter of whether they can follow up on it. And it looks like they might be able to. The cart is stopped under the bridge. 60 seconds left. So Death Squad, they're looking for a regroup and a reset.
Oh, but look at Dreaded TPS in the back line.
Oh no! Well, but he's so far in that I guess they were pushing in. Not sure what was going on over there, but yeah, like you said, Dreaded DPS, he's on that flag, but he gets taken out. Very crucial kill, honestly. Tasty, if he gets sniped in by Dreaded DPS.
I
But
just
it takes
saw
out Heron
Heron
too.
flying.
Boom. Tasty coming out huge. Really appreciating that Checkers pocket for most of the match, it seems like. And I mean, he does the work. Give him the space, give him the heals, and he hits shots.
And Tasty, knowing that they have they have that Bob. Maybe that is all that they need because they don't have too much of a counter besides just to shatter the Bob, maybe? Oh, Senpai taking out Dreaded DPS. With only 8 seconds left, someone has to touch that cart. They could just... Oh, there comes the Bob. Oh, put the shatter out on the Bob.
Oh, Dreaded DPS not able to land under the cart in time. They might have been able to keep that one going. Unlikely, but possible. So they get stopped in the middle of the street. So I mean, a really good defense from Prey and Spray overall. It's a matter of what they can do on the attack here. What will Dreaded DP or sorry, Documentary Descon, what will they pull out? I guess Dreaded DPS. Let's just say what will he pull out here? Probably a Widowmaker.
Yeah, probably a Widowmaker indeed. I mean, he is known for just getting so many headshots, so... But as we've seen, Tasty able to bring out the Ashe. And you know what? Especially if you're running that Ryan Zarya, those dynamites can be huge, especially with the buff to dynamite damage.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's making Ashe work. Kind of a tough hero, especially if you're getting dove.
Attackers incoming.
I mean, that's what Coach Gun is for, right?
That is true. I mean, he's really making it work, right? I mean, I think to be successful in Ashe, obviously you have to place your dynamites right. Hopefully they don't get eaten by an opposing diva. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to hit your shots when you're scoped in there, right? Especially those headshots can be so crucial. So yeah, we will see it here out on the attack for Prey and Spray, but on the flip side, the defense, we now see as their bunker comp from the Dakimakura Death Squad with the Bastion.
Man, running that Bastion gonna be interesting. Maybe this bunker comp will work, as Spades has been... Maybe they're gonna try to utilize the fact that Spades likes to stay on Ryan and Ryan alone.
The Dynamite trying to get behind the Orisa shield there and light everyone on fire. But not gonna be able to land it. Heron taking out Checkers, Canuck taking out Tasty, but the cart is still pushing. You know, no one... I don't think it matters, so they still have a numbers advantage there. Yeah, Head Reaver going down now. They're just like, yeah, we'll just see how far we can get it before you touch it. That actually is pretty good, because it's not stalled out underneath. But maybe not actually, because it's a source of healing. I don't know how I feel about this. It's gotta be tough to break. Prey and Spray, I think they gotta look for some flanking angles here.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, and a big hook onto the Diva, but gonna just fly away. Senpai getting a lot of great hooks. And see if they can maybe make a little bit of save. Head Reaper switching on over to the ball. And, you know, see if he can make a little bit of space. Gonna move around and meander around, giving a little bit of time for Spades and Co. with this four people. Oh, but a big Dragon Strike gonna take everybody out in that hallway. And that is gonna stop that push. Senpai also getting taken out in the meantime. As the Lantern, the emo Lantern, keeps everybody nice and safe.
Yeah, sad day for Senpai there, as he used the whole hog trying to clutch out the fight, hopefully to try to turn it around, but it's just not going to be enough there. And Optus Distributed Sombra, probably a pretty good pick here, with 2 minutes remaining, so he should be able to farm the EMP and sort of break the bunker with that.
Ooh, Checker's getting taken out by a Dreaded DPS just on that recon form. Opting to just play front and center. Probably can go right on back, Senpai. Scouting out, but should at this point probably be just farming that ult. Yeah, trying to get that EMP.
I think the best way to play Sombra when you don't have EMP is just to literally go into the back line, hit your left click button until you need to leave, and then you leave. And you just keep doing that until you get EMP.
Yeah.
And the Valkyrie's committed for Prey and Spray. In love with the Coalescence, and both support ults being popped. The Diva Bomb over the bridge, takes out 3. End of the fight, Prey and Spray, only a minute left now.
Yeah, Dakimakura Death Squad definitely flexing on everyone on the side of Prey and Spray. doing a fantastic job of it. I mean, this is a spectacle. I mean, doing a little bit of cheese, but I guess when you do cheese well, you can't really hold it against them.
Yeah.
Senpai only 58%, and
Oh!
but Tasty. Oh, a big tire. But DDS, of course, the Bastion is going to get res back up, but this could be the opening that they need. A hammer down. Spades taking out, gonna charge in and create some space. Maybe he can stay alive just for a little bit longer. Dreaded DPS gonna be a one-man army as he's gonna have to walk right on back. Oh, this could be a big stagger. Dreaded DPS gets taken off the point, but of course Heron switching it over to the Pharah, knowing that there isn't too many people that can really deal with him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so good work out of Prance where they're able to finally push on through and secure point A off the double kill tire. And yeah, Dreaded DPS, he needed a die-in point there. He knew he needed to switch off the Bastion for the streets phase here, and he switches over to the McCree. So looking like they want some flashbang to take out Headraver on this annoying ball.
Yeah, gonna be very interesting to see. Diva ult gonna take out a big chunk of Headreaver's HP, but not enough to do too much. Destructive Dude switching it over to the Monkey. Oh, and a big EMP, but no follow-up because they're all on the high ground. But maybe that doesn't matter because they're still pushing. Oh, Destructive Dude gonna see if they can stay on the cart. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Oh!
Checkers 1v1ing Dreaded DPS.
DPS!
She do it!
No! Wait! No, she will not, but it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't
Pray
matter.
and spray.
Pray and spray.
Victory.
Taking a
pick up.
map.
Yeah, great work out of them. I think they had a pretty good game plan going into that push at the very end. That EMP was huge. But first, let's talk about Spades here. On the Reinhardt played the game on Dorado. It's one of his many fatty shaddies, but at the end of the day, I mean, sometimes there just isn't the follow-up. Luckily, there's plenty of follow-up there. But yeah, going into that push, Pray and Spray, I think they knew what ultimates they needed to use, and the EMP placement was great. But they didn't really have any high ground access, so I think there could have been some clutchness out of the Death Squad there, but Pray and Spray finished it on home, and they win a map.
I mean, sometimes that's all you need is take what you can get at that point, you know?
Yeah.
But fantastic job, you know, still in a little bit in the running for the side of Pray and Spray, so not looking like a total stop on them. And other than that, we have a game 3 to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
So, if you guys just want to hang around just for a little bit, we're going to be switching streamers here real quickly as we go on over to 50cc versus Thrifty Senpai's Body Pillow. Stick around.